continue with the lectures of a clinical trial. So we will start with the lecture 5. It's about the site management and monitoring. All the lecture today is about the site management and the monitoring. So let's start. Site management focuses on the interaction between the sponsor and the clinical research site, ensures studies follow the study protocol, go to clinical practice guidelines, and regularity requirements. Activities include coordination and oversight to maintain compliance and efficient study execution. So the site management, it just focus on the interaction between the sponsor and the clinical research site. This is the function of it, and the goal of that is to ensure that the study follows the study protocol, and also the good clinical practice and regularity authorities that we described it before. Monitoring is a key part of a quality control and a quality assurance in a clinical trial. Monitoring, it's about equality. Remember that. Protects data integrity, ensures participant safety, and verifies protocol adherence. So the importance of the monitoring is just to protect the data integrity and ensures the participant safety and verifies the protocol adherence. Involves multiple approaches: on-site monitoring, centralized monitoring, medical monitoring. We will discuss the site management and monitoring more detailed, but just overview of it. On-site monitoring conducted by clinical research associated during site visits, focused on real-time compliance checks at the clinical site. So these checks that is happened on the site, from its name you can understand what is it. Centralized monitoring performed remotely by data management team, involves systematic review and analysis of trial data as it accumulates. Medical monitoring handled by sponsors medical team focuses on evaluating safety events and ensuring scientific validity of the study. So we can recognize that the on-site monitoring conducting by clinical research authorities, that's so important, and centralized monitoring, it's by data management team. Medical monitoring is by sponsor medical team, so we have to focus about that. On-site monitoring, it associated or focus on the checks at the clinical site. Centralized monitoring, it's involved systematic review and analysis of a trial data. And medical monitoring, it's about the safety events and scientific validity of the study. So we can overview of monitoring. Integration of activities. Monitoring is deeply tied to the site management. It's like a coordinations between the monitoring and the site management. It's like we have to be connection between both points, but extends beyond site visits. Diverse approaches create a comprehensive strategies to maintain a trial quality and ensure compliance. This framework ensures that the clinical trials are conducted responsibly, safeguarding the study's validity and participants' well-being. So we will start about this site management. Site management ensures that the clinical trials are often conducted across the multiple sites and countries adhere to the protocol. That is the function of it. It ensures that everything that is adhered to the protocol, nothing to the protocol, to the good clinical practice and regularity requirements. This is the function of the site management team. So the site management ensures that the clinical trials often conducted across multiple sites and countries adhere to protocol, good clinical practice, and regularity requirement. Sponsors manage this complexity by establishing local affiliates or engaging site management organization, which is known as SMO. That means site management organization. So in-house teams or contract research organization, CROs, which is known as contract research organization, oversight occurs on a various levels. So sponsors is like facilitate these things by making something like the SMOs and CROs, but the oversight occurs on a various levels. The first one is project level. Clinical project managers oversee multiple trials. Study level, study managers execute individual trials. Site level, teams manage compliance and performance at the individual sites. So the sites management happens in different levels. The first one is a project level, and about the project level, it's just, the managers, they oversee the multiple trials if there is multiple trials. The study level, they just talked about, or they are just manage the individual trials, and the site level, it just manage the performance at the individual site. So the key functions include site selection, activation, monitoring, and the close out. This is the function of the site management team. So the first one is a site selection. This step ensures suitable site based on the investigator expertise, patient availability, and resources. So the site selection, that is depend what is present in the or that is depend on the experience of the investigator, and if the patient availability, because we maybe look for the certain disease, certain patients, and the resources, and then we choose what is the site. So the step is the site and identification. That's mean what should be the points that is present in this site. So this site identification, then we make a questionnaire, then after a questionnaire we make site visit, and after site visit we did the approval. That is the site selection. So again, this step ensures suitable sites based on the investigator expertise, patient availability, and resources. The step is site identification, questionnaire, site visit, and approval. The other functions of the site management team is a site activation. Prepare site for a trial initiation. So we select the site. Now we making just activation of this site. But how? The steps is trial submission to regulatory authorities, and then contract negotiations and the staff training. Then an infrastructure set up and activation visit. The outcome is assurance of green light for the patient enrollment. So the first things that we can do for the site activation, just we make a submission to regulatory authorities, that is our site, and then we make staff contracts and the training of the staff, and then we do the infrastructure setup and activation visit. The third function is regularity monitoring. Ensures compliance with the protocol and GCP through regular visits. So now we make a regular visit. Why this regular visit? We just confirm and we just ensures that everything is aligned with the protocols and GCPs. So the activities is verifying informed consent, data accuracy, drug accountability, and documentation, monitoring safety reporting, and addressing finding. Reporting summarized in monitoring reports for sponsors and is stored in the investigator site file and the trial master file. So it's important. After we select the site, after we make activation of it, now we want to ensure that everything is okay and it's aligned with the protocols and GCP, and that this can be happen by regular visit. So through the regular visit, so we will verify the informed consent, we inform the data accuracy, the drug accountability, and documentation and everything, and then we summarize it in reports, and these reports we send it for sponsors, and then it is stored in investigator site file and the trial master file. Then the last function is close out, finalizing the trial at the size. How that is can be happen? By the data verification, resolving queries and completing CRF, and reviewing ISF, which is investigator side file, recording investigational products, and ensuring safety reporting. Finally, monitoring visit and archiving close out reports, the end stuff. We make sure it's everything is okay and everything is documented, and we're just reviewing the ISF, which is the investigator side file, and recording the investigational products and ensure that everything is safe, and we just making the final monitoring visit, and that is close out reports, compliance and readiness for audits. So this structured process ensures a trial efficiency, regularity adherence, and data reliability. So monitoring in clinical trials ensures that the studies comply with the protocols, standard operating procedures, which is done as a SOPs, clinical good clinical practice, local regulation. Its main objectives are to upload participant safety, ensure data integrity, and maintain regularity compliance. So this is about the site management. Now we talk about the monitoring. Monitoring activities are categorized into on-site monitoring, remote monitoring, centralized monitoring, medical monitoring, and risk-based monitoring in 5 points. Each type plays a role in comprehensive trial oversight. So the first one is on-site monitoring. On-site monitoring involves physical visits by clinical research associate CRA to the trial site to ensure compliance with the study protocol, good clinical practice, and regularity standards. Key activities include with about on-site monitoring. The first one, informed consent review, confirming participants signed consent forms before procedures. So we make sure that everything is okay with the informed consent. Source data verification, which is done as SDV, and source data review SDR, ensure accuracy and completeness by comparing case report form SRF data with the original source documents. Drug accountability, monitoring proper storage, dispensing, and documentation of investigational products. Safety reporting, confirming timely and accurately submission of safety events, including the serious adverse events. Investigator site file review, ensuring the completeness for trial documents. Communication, providing guidance, resolving issues, and clarifying protocol requirements during the site visits. So the CRA documents, which is known as a clinical research associate documents, binding and detailed monitoring reports which outline a protocol deviation, corrective actions, and compliance levels. These reports are archived in the trial master file TFF and investigator site file ISF. Now the other functions is remote monitoring. Remote monitoring utilizes electronic system for oversight without on-site visits. CRA, Clinical Research Associate, or monitors review CRFs with an electronic data capture. That's mean they don't have to visit it, they use the electronic data. Address accuracy via email or phone and ensure the timely reporting of a serious adverse events. This approach is efficient, cost effective, and complements on-site monitoring. Then the centralized monitoring, conducted by data managers within the data management team. Centralized monitoring leverages data analytics and the statistical tools to evaluate aggregate trial data. These methods identify the data discrepancies, protocol deviation, and potential anomalies like outliers. Reduces on-site visit frequency by pinpointing high-risk areas requiring attention. Ensure data integrity across the multiple sites. Centralized monitoring enhances efficiency by targeting issues early in the trial process. Medical monitoring. Medical monitoring ensures scientific oversight and participant safety performed by medical experts in the sponsor's medical department. Key responsibilities include reviewing serious adverse events reports and lab results to identify the safety signals, advising on protocol amendments and patient management, ensuring compliance with the inclusion-exclusion criteria, supporting investigators and site staff to uphold ethical and regularity standards. This specialized oversight focuses on maintaining the scientific and ethical validity of the trial. Finally, risk-based monitoring. Risk-based monitoring is an adaptive approach that prioritizes clinical or critical data points and processes while minimizing reliance on exhaustive SDV. It integrates on-site monitoring, focuses visit to the high-risk sites, remote monitoring, continuous electronic oversight, centralized monitoring, analysis of aggregate data. RBM risk-based monitoring improves resource allocation and ensures compliance with the ICH Good Clinical Practice E6R2 guidelines, enhancing over trial efficiency and quality. Role of a clinical research associate responsibilities. Clinical research associates serve as a primary link between the sponsors and clinical sites. Performing critical roles include site initiation, training site staff, collecting regularity documents, and setting up a trial infrastructure. Monitoring visits, reviewing informed consent forms, SDV, drug accountability and safety reporting, verifying ISF compliance and resolving site errors, regularity compliance, ensuring site adhere to the GCP local regulation and protocol, reporting, preparing monitoring reports, summarizing findings and corrective actions, close out activities, finalizing data reconciliation, investigational product accountability, and archiving documents. Skills and qualification. Educational background, degrees in life science, medicine, pharmacy, or related fields. Essential skills, attention to details, organizational abilities, effective communication, and proficiency in data analysis. Certification, GCP training, and specialized therapeutic area certifications. Career pathway for the CRA can advance from junior roles to senior positions or specialize in areas such as startup specialist focusing on site feasibility and regularity approvers, regularity affairs specialist managing submission and compliance, medical scientific liaison providing scientific expertise, data manager ensuring trial data quality. Experienced CRAs can pursue roles like a clinical trial manager or a project manager overseeing entire trial life cycles or multiple studies. And by this, we end the lecture 5. Thank you and hope you understand anything. Bye.